Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Okay, welcome back to the channel. My name is Abu Idris, and this is Hijrah Advice and Tips. I'm going to give you some pieces of advice here for you, for those of us who have big feet. For those of us who have large feet, and large is in the true sense of the word, right? I'm not talking about Asian large. I'm talking about large. You got big feet. You got big paddles. You can probably walk on water with them dogs. Okay. So you need to make sure that you are trying to search out or get some shoes for yourself that you're going to be able to take with you, because it's very hard to find shoes in your size when you are overseas, because they just don't make them like that. They just don't have the people who have that kind of situation. Most of the people, they're wearing sandals all the time. Most people, they're wearing sandals. They got really big feet. They're wearing sandals a lot. All right. And the sandals, you can kind of find some big sizes. So let me explain you what I mean by big. What I mean by big, and you're going to have to do one thing, you're going to have to convert your size to the European system. Okay. So in the European system, they use the double digits, right? So they'll have, say, from 36 up to like 44, like that, 45, 47, like that. This is how they measure the shoes. And that tag is inside your shoe, okay? I would say that I had the hardest time finding shoes because I wear an 11 and a half wide. Actually, if I want real comfort, 11 and a half double wide. Number one, it's very difficult to find a store that has some nice shoes. Now with sneakers, you probably got a little bit more room. Okay, you probably can find the bigger sizes, because that's an athletic kind of market, and it's kind of known that athletes just have big feet. Okay, so it's not going to be too difficult unless you're looking for the latest Jordans, or you're looking for whatever the latest shoe that's on the market right now. You're trying to find it in a 12 and a half. May Allah bless you. I don't know if you're going to find it. Okay, to be honest with you, you might have to order it online. So the biggest size I've seen for like your regular shoes, because you're gonna be working, right? And you're gonna be moving around. You're gonna be in your work environment. You're gonna be moving around. You need a nice pair of casual, comfortable shoes. Okay. The biggest size I've seen in those shoes, in regular shoes like that, are a 43 to a 44. It's rare you find a 45, and if you do, it's probably not a really nice looking shoe. Okay. So 43 or 44, which is somewhere around 10. Between a 10 and an 11, and that's it. Anything else, you're going to be squeezing your feet inside the shoes, and they don't do half sizes. So you're not going to find a 37 and a half or 45 and a half. There's no half sizes. So there you're either a 43 or you're a 44, and there's nothing in between. It's also going to be difficult for you to find wide sizes. So if you have like bunions and stuff like that, you just need a wide width shoe. For your regular casual shoes, it's going to be hard to find. My suggestion would be that as you are saving up your money for Hijrah, you pocket a little bit to the side to buy one or two pairs of, nice shoes. And you do want to have, I used to be the kind of person who used to buy one pair of shoes. I said, I don't need all that stuff. I got one pair of shoes I wear to the gym. I got one pair of shoes I wear to work, and that's it. I'm cool. I don't need all that stuff. But you are going to need it, because if you're wearing the same pair of shoes every day, you're going to wear them out faster. So at least if I've got two pairs or even three, I can kind of cycle between them. I wear one pair one week, one pair the next week, one pair the next week, or wear this on, half of the week and then switch up and wear these half the week, or like that. I would approach buying shoes from a utilitarian standpoint, not necessarily from a vanity standpoint, even though I like a nice pair of shoes. But I'm not looking for shoes per se to match a wardrobe or an outfit. I'm just wearing a white thobe and I'm going about my business, or a pair of, slacks or something like that. So I just want, basically my color is just black, or like a really, like a brown, like my color brown, like that. I would love to find shoes like that. Make sure that when you do this, that you are buying for yourself a pair of nice shoes. And I don't mean those imitation wingtips that everybody buys. I mean a nice pair of shoes, Now, I'll tell you, I found in Bahrain, I don't know about everywhere else, because I didn't buy shoes in Saudi, and I didn't buy any shoes that I can recall in Kuwait, because I don't go through shoes like that. But with the pairs of shoes I did buy, I bought them when I was in Bahrain. So I spent a total of 8 years in Bahrain, and the two places that I found that I was able to get shoes from were They were in the Bahrain Mall, and the one store was a Floor Shine. And you guys are old school, you know the Floor Shines, right? But they had some really nice shoes, and they had my size, which I was shocked because every store that I would walk past, every shoe store, it was just another setup for disappointment because they had the nicest shoes outside. You go inside, hey, you got this in a 45? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, no, no. I got a 44. Maybe you could try a 44. And then they say, oh, sometimes, the way it's made, it fit, it's a little bit different from each manufacturer, the way they did that. You just setting yourself up for a letdown. You really are. And if you try and squeeze yourself into a pair of shoes that's a half size too small or a little bit too narrow, you're going to have problems. Trust me, especially if you're on your feet all day. Nobody wants that. You want to be able to sit down, just relax, put your shoes on and just do your thing. So make sure you get a good pair of shoes. So one place I saw was the Floor Shine, and then the next one, you guys are probably going to clown me for it. It's okay, I don't mind. I found a Hush Puppy store in Bahrain, and them shoes was the bomb. Those shoes were the bomb. They were nice looking shoes. They were soft. They were comfortable. They were real leather. Okay, nice and wide. I didn't have that, on the heel, where it's rubbing up against you and it's irritating you until you break them in. I didn't go through the break-in period. They were just nice, comfortable shoes. Okay, so I was able to get that. And basically, Hush Puppy became my store. As long as the shoes looked nice, I was like, let me go get another pair. Let me go get another pair. And not really expensive for the money, but I was able to find the size. The size and the width is very important because sometimes you get the size. And I've seen some crazy looking shoes, man. These people trying to follow these Italian trends, man. They like, the shoes are super narrow, almost pointed. Well, I'm walking around with arrows on my feet for. Super narrow and pointed. How you going to get your foot inside of there? I don't understand that, but that's what people are buying. That's what people buy. And the thing, like, they got the one that it's pointed like this, and then it curves. Or something like this. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand it. But people buy this stuff. They buy this stuff. I can't do that. My shoes are like my glasses and my beard. They're very important. They're on the exterior of my body. And it's kind of like the first things that people's eyes fall on, right? If someone's looking at you from the ground up, like most women, most sisters, they look at a man from the ground up. Most men look at a woman from the top down, right? First thing she's looking at is your shoes. Oh my God, where did he get them shoes from? What was he thinking? Who hurt you? So you don't want to do that. Get you some nice looking shoes, okay? Durable, they're going to stand up. Not that, I won't say all China made stuff is bad, okay? Some China made stuff is very good, but you got to know the brand and you got to know what you're getting. Now, the good news about that is that there are in town local, what they call Coopers or Coopersmiths. And a Coopersmith is a person who repairs shoes. So you can find them in the malls, you can find them out in town, in the aswak and the souk, and they will fix the shoes for you. Very cheap, very inexpensive, very inexpensive. And if you find a really good Coopersmith, he might even be able to make a pair for you tailor-made. Tailor-made, okay? That might cost you a little bit of money, but hey, tailor-made to your feet, right? And if anything goes wrong, you take it back to the guy who actually made the shoe. That might work. That might even be a business idea for you later on. Okay, so make sure that you buy a good pair of shoes. If you do have to buy shoes overseas, there is we have Amazon, right? So Amazon is everywhere, but there's an alternative to Amazon called Souk, S-U-Q, SUQ.com, Souk.com, and Souk.com it's Amazon in the Middle East. It's Amazon in the Middle East. Okay. So everything on Souk.com, 90% of what you find on Amazon, you find on Souk.com, but in this region of the world, because the shipping is just going to take too long, the delivery time, even if you got Prime. And there are certain merchants on Amazon that sell things. They won't ship to Saudi Arabia. They won't ship to the Gulf. They won't ship to places in Africa and like that. So with Souk.com, they were an independent online retailer, and they were actually bought by Amazon. So Amazon actually owns Souk.com, and I think they've been in the region since about 2015, 2014, and they were a player in the game, but of course they didn't have the market share that Amazon had. or had or has. So basically, Amazon just kind of absorbed Souk, and now Souk is Amazon and Amazon is Souk, but the two will still maintain their own customer base. So that's a good alternative that you can find like that, souk.com, and you can go ahead and order what you need to order, and you won't have to wait so much for the shipping time, and you can get something reasonable in terms of the prices and like that. So that's an alternative if you have to order. Maybe because of it depends. Maybe in some cities in the countries that you go to, there may be a heavier foreign influence. And if that's the case, then you might be able to find shoes that have a bigger size. You might be able to find something in your size. But in your local shops and stuff like that, and even with the sisters, now if you have small feet, places of paradise for you. You can find anything, and this logic also goes for shirts. Okay. It goes for pants. It definitely goes for jackets and coats and things like that. When I was looking for a coat, like a medium heavy kind of coat, I could not find anything that truly matched my size. Everything said 3X, 4X, even 5X. But when I put it on, automatically, before I even got my hand in the sleeve, I automatically knew this is not going to fit me. This is not going to fit. It's too tight around here. And if I actually did manage to get my arms and my chest inside of it, it was like, if I make a wrong move, I'm going to pop the seams inside. And then I damage the doggone coat. So that goes for the same for that. For shirts, not too much. For like your collared shirts, not too much. For your t-shirts, it's okay. But like for jackets, for like, outerwear, and also what you call those suit coats, like if you're going to wear a suit, right? The sports jackets, you're gonna have a world of a time. So you're gonna have to get that measured. So there's a lot of places in the Middle East is not made for big people and people with big dimensions. Now, as I close here, I did have a define just before I left, about maybe a year before I left Saudi. I found a big and tall, which is very rare that you find big and tall shops. There's big and tall, as in the brand Big and Tall. We have big and tall shops in the States. All right. And I think there's a big and tall shop online. But this one was in Dammam Mall. Dammam Mall. I think it was a Dammam Mall. I think it was Rashid Mall. Rashid Mall, Mujamma Rashid. I think that was the name of the mall. Mujamma Rashid in Dammam. There's this little bitty shop there, and it's a big and tall shop. And I was able to find everything I needed. Everything I needed. I got a nice, big, thick goose down coat, which is it was a 2XLT. This is how you'll know big and tall sizes, because you'll have a T on there for tall, and so your big and tall starts at, I think, XT, which would be like if I had to make up a comparison, it could be like a 6X or 7X, because you're talking about big and you talk about tall, okay? And then they go up to like about maybe 5 or 6X, 5 or 6XLT, so they get really big. The only drawback is that these shots are extremely expensive. Most big and tall shots are very expensive, but you need it. You need it. So if you got to go that route, I'm sure the name was called a Rashid. I think it was a Rashid Mall. You can look it up online. You can Google big and tall shop, big and tall shops in Saudi Arabia, and probably get a list of them. But just know that you are going to be in store for a nice hefty price tag. Okay. But other than that, they got what you need. They have what you need. And you don't want your clothes all tight, confining on you and stuff. You want to be loose, and you want something that complements your shape, and it looks professional, it looks presentable. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much that. I just want to kind of put that out there, that beware when you're going. So you kind of want to buy an extra pair of shoes or two. Get you a sports jacket or two. Now, some of the things you can get made, so you can get a sports jacket made when you get overseas. You can get shoes made, but you're going to have to find a Cooper Smith until then. Maybe things have changed. I don't know, but I'm just kind of preparing you so that you don't get so upset when you can't really find the kind of clothing that you like, or the kind of shoes or footwear that you really like, that you're accustomed to wearing, is because they don't really make them like that in that size. I'm going to do another video also on outerwear, inshallah. But that's it for now. If you got any benefit from the video, please like and subscribe, and hit the notification so that you can get notified when we put up the videos. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.